You're tuning in to Stellar Cycles, hosted by Alina Souza
and Eva Brown. Join us weekly as we delve into the science, spirituality, and cultural significance of our feminine cycles.
Get ready to align with your natural rhythms, take charge of your patterns, and embrace a holistic approach to feminine wellness. Are all systems go?
All systems are go. Go. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
It has been 4 weeks since we've recorded.
Yeah, it's been so long. Welcome to episode 18. This episode is all about how to exercise according to your cycle. And we just want to uncover the secrets of syncing your exercise routine with your menstrual cycle to maximize your physical performance, prevent injuries, and support hormonal health. From yoga to HIIT, we'll provide tailored workout suggestions for each phase and share expert advice on how to listen to your body's unique needs when it comes to movement and activity. By exercising in this way, you're able to use your body's abilities in each phase, actually enjoy the exercises that you choose, and avoid overworking and stressing out your body past its needs. So that's what the episode is going to be about. But yeah, today we just need to get back on track of where are we, because
we were really enjoying the fruits of our labor. A lot of hard work went into pre-recording and getting so far ahead in those episodes. And now we're back from vacation. And we have an hour worth of updates for you guys.
You go first, Eva. What has been going on in your month of May?
Well, lots of big life changes over here. Let's start off where I'm at in my cycle. I actually don't know. I'm joking. I do know, of course.
I'm like, girl.
I know, right? I am in my follicular stage and I am coming up on my ovulation phase. I haven't been checking it though like I normally do. Normally I check every day because also I'm still learning too, right? I look on my 28 app, I see where I'm at, what food should I be eating. And maybe I'm just naturally a little bit more in tune from practicing for so long. But this month I've been so busy that I haven't had time to really plan my meals the same way or plan my exercise with my cycle. None of that's been synced. But intuitively, I've still been eating and listening to my body. I will say the breakouts kind of came a little strong around my hormones for my jawline and my chin, but we're getting through it. I am looking into moving. So that's a lot to take on and work and build all these businesses and do all these cool things with my friends. So we're just gonna keep powering through.
Isn't moving like one of the top most stressful things for people in the States?
Yes.
So yeah.
It totally is.
So much work.
It is. It's just, it's almost like unnecessary. Like I would stay in the same spot forever, I swear, just to not inconvenience myself. But, with this comes a lot of cool change, upgrades. Of course, you guys know that I am powering through, creating the most out of nothing, stepping into my dream life. I'm doing a ton of different meditations, quantum leaps. Oh my God, visualizations, things to de-stress myself as well. Like being really in tune with my breath through all of this, keeping high energy, disciplining myself to not cast judgments we were talking about earlier. That's something that if you followed me for long, you guys know I've been practicing this even deeper than what I already was before. Everyone's like, what do you mean you're trying not to judge people? You never judge anyone. But I was like, no, even judging a TV show or like if a guy gives me the ick, I'm like, I don't really need to have those thoughts in my mind. So I'm being very meticulous to make sure that I go to the next level during this transition. It's kind of a life hack, guys, that I've learned at a very young age. When you go through tough times, those are the moments that are really key in your transformation. It has a lot of energy in those moments. So if you're able to move all the energy to a positive way, you can compound and really double down on your life in a fast period of time, as opposed if you're just going to sit in it and not do those things. But yeah, those are kind of my updates. That's enough about me, yeah?
It's never enough about you.
I love you so much. I missed you.
I always want to hear more.
I missed you.
I'll save
Let's
it
save
for
it for the second episode.
I missed you too. I also have been in several places this month. First it was Chicago with Sam for his exam, and then a weekend ago went up north back to Washington, spent some time with my family, went to Walla Walla for Haley's bachelorette weekend. That was really, really fun. I went over my lab results with my parsley practitioner, so there's tea.
Oh, you've been saving this.
I have been saving this.
Wow. Please spill.
So hormonally, there's literally nothing out of the ordinary.
What?
Not a thing. All of my values are as like perfect as she could possibly want them.
What?
Especially, I was like, what's my progesterone? Is it like if it's over 3, then that means you've ovulated. Mine was like 20, and she was like, that's a really good value. So I guess I
Nice.
did ovulate last month. This month, I've been testing my LH. I didn't see a peak, but maybe I didn't test at the right time or something, because I was out all over the place.
This is the most interesting feedback to hear these results.
The only thing she did say was my ferritin and iron isn't in the anemic range, but it is just a tinge lower than she would prefer it to be. So apparently there's this thing called a lucky fish. It's an iron fish that you cook your food with, and it releases iron into your food. I might try it. I also
That's so
I'm gonna
extra
look
though. Like you
it is
can't
extra.
just eat more
I
kale or something.
I know. I want to look up more iron-rich salads or things like that I could do. But yeah, Sam thought that the lucky fish was really funny too.
It is.
And
It's funny for
unnecessary.
sure. But like, yeah, we don't want another thing in our house.
My cortisol wasn't high. It's like smack dab in the middle.
I have to take this test now.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was interesting to see that, but I don't know how we got on the topic of parasites, but I was dying when she told me that apparently parasites work in cycles with the moon as well. So stop. No, I'm not kidding. That was me. I was dying. I was like, wait, you're kidding. Let me write this down because I have to go over this at my podcast. But no, they apparently get more active when it's the full moon.
I can't believe the world cracks me up. God has humor.
Yeah, so, parasites cycle as well.
So they're on the feminine cycle.
Yeah.
What animals are on the masculine cycle?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. No, but how funny is that?
Wow.
Basically, taking it back to my skin journey, it's not hormonal, so it's probably just detoxing. Ileana, the facialist, thinks it's detoxing. This lady thinks maybe it's fungal, which that would be not fun. But I don't know. Nobody seems to have a common consensus on what it is.
Well, at least we can rule out one thing, and that means we're just so much closer to figuring that out.
Mm-hmm.
So then I think for sure mine is hormonal. Just being on my chin and stuff. And now I have to test. Mm-hmm. Will you test again in a few months from now?
Probably.
Cool.
Yeah. So there's that. Just been planning summer. This past Memorial Day weekend, went to Palm Springs with the husband. It was really nice and sunny and so warm out. 80-something degrees, not really anything hotter than that. It was kind of perfect. Because normally when I've been out there, it's 100+ degrees.
Where you're baking.
Oh, yeah.
Your lizard.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness, seriously. And I went there after this facial peel, too. So I was just flaking all over the place, and just like my face and lips, they still feel really tight. But
I'm envisioning you with your bucket hat.
I didn't take the bucket hat. I actually got this big white, wide-brimmed
Cute.
Palm Springs hat.
Way classier.
Yeah. And lastly, I'm doing a 90-day challenge for myself. I'm so childlike sometimes with these things. I printed out a 90-day challenge thing with boxes that I'm gonna cross off or put stickers on, because that's what helps me complete things.
So cute. I love you.
I'm gonna be implementing some habits that I really want to do, so I'm gonna tell you guys because I want to stay accountable. And I was doing this for a good amount of time at the end of last summer, around August, September, but I really like waking up earlier than I have been waking up. I've just kind of been dragging it out, sleeping in, but I definitely want to wake up a little earlier in the summertime just because I really like mornings. And whenever I get started earlier, I just get way more done during the day. So I would love to optimize my use of time this summer, not just lounge around. I feel like I went through my lounge around phase.
Yeah, we all did. Yeah, now it's time for take action. Summer. Yes.
yang
energy.
Right. So, let's just launch into this exercise episode.
So we're going to go over what type of exercise you should perform in each phase. Women can't maintain the same level of high performance throughout their cycle. We're in a 4-week cycle. We have 4 phases in a month. And I like to look at it like farming. So if you're going to plant seeds in the spring, you would harvest in the fall and then eat in the wintertime, which would prepare you for spring. Does this analogy land?
Yeah, because like there's different things happening in each of those seasons.
Yes, exactly. And I'm not a farmer by trade, so I probably messed this up. But hey, if you guys want, we'll get a farmer on here and we'll talk about the phases.
Crop circles and the cycle. Another way to word this is I think every woman has felt what it's like to maybe do really well 1 week in the gym in her exercises and just the activity that she does. And then a week or 2 weeks later, she's aiming for the same exact results, but can absolutely tell the difference in how she feels physically. And that's, again, because she's in a different phase of her cycle at each of those points in time. And where one phase might allow her a ton of energy and stamina to do those things, the next phase or the phase after that is just gonna taper off. It's like a fuel tank. You're not always gonna have the full tank of fuel the whole entire time.
So you drive a little differently when you're closer to empty.
Yeah.
The car goes a little slower. You're conserving gas.
Yes. You're not revving the engine like you maybe would at another phase.
Actually, today I literally was driving closer to empty, maybe on like 40 miles. And I was like getting onto the highway and I'm like, I'm just going to get on a little bit slower than normal.
Let's just remind the listeners how our hormones support different forms of activity and exercise during the different phases. So the follicular phase, which is the springtime, it's the best time in your exercise for muscle repair and growth. So you're going to want to do things that are kind of shredding your muscles, a little harder for you to do. Number one, because you have more energy. And number two, your muscles are going to repair themselves really well during this follicular phase. In the ovulatory phase, your testosterone as well as your estrogen increase. So it's really the best time to push your limits because you're feeling really, really good. You're feeling very motivated. So this is probably the time to try to break your personal best record or gun it with the exercise.
Increase that weight. Hit the glutes if you want to grow your booty.
Exactly. Then the luteal phase is the best time to just stay moving. Any kind of movement is going to be beneficial during this time because
Moving
during
from the
this
couch
time,
to the kitchen, whatever it is, ladies, just do it.
Yeah.
Our Aura ring reminding us to stand every hour.
Yeah. Have you been meeting your daily goals?
Well, I have not even had time to look at my Aura ring for
I
a
have
month.
not.
I'm like, I don't even want to know. I'm sure my HRV is like not doing well.
Do you think it's worse for our health to be that into tracking all these stats than it is to just not know it and not think about it?
Yeah, I think like everything, it takes discipline and discernment is a word we've been saying a lot recently. Learn how to use that tool, right? So it doesn't own you. I think we have a healthy relationship with it. I was chatting with some friends this weekend. They all had the Aura ring and they check it, I feel like every few days. I mean, I don't even do that. Ebbs and flows, right? Yeah. It's like when you're going through a lot, maybe you won't have time to do it.
Yeah. And speaking of flows, in the menstrual phase, it's the best time for hip-related stretches or movement and also a good time for muscle work. If you're having an easier period because you've been really good at cycle syncing and by day 2 or day 3 you're really not even affected by your period, take advantage of that early follicular phase to get in the gym and start doing the higher intensity, whether that's cardio or weights, to take advantage of that muscle growth and repair that happens so great during the first half of your cycle.
How I like to look at this in my schedule is after my period, maybe like on day 2 or 3, just depending on how you feel, I will pick up the weights again in the gym. And then that leads you into your follicular phase, which is the period to continue growing muscle and it helps you with your recovery. So you have a solid 2 weeks, almost 2.5, 3 weeks of lifting weights if you want to. And you would taper off when you hit your luteal phase, when you start getting a little bit tired. And that's when you're doing walks, yoga, breathing, Pilates, whatever's your jam. Then your menstrual, you're still doing that slow movement, maybe just a walk because your cramps. And then you're back into more active things.
What are some other menstrual phase exercise examples?
In your menstrual phase, the top exercises for you guys to do at this time is, like Alina was saying, anything within your hips, even something just as simple as when you're in the bathroom by yourself or you want to be silly, you can start moving your hips around and like just doing like, I envision SpongeBob SquarePants when he goes like, bring it around town. So doing that, or things like hula hooping, which we've talked about before. I like to hula hoop when I'm on the phone with people. I have a hula hoop in my house and that's how I take phone calls. Spinal twist as well, which is a great yoga movement that helps loosen up your pelvis. You guys should try out anything with the hips, and also long walks, light workouts are great. Yoga, as you guys know, rest and reflection. So maybe yin yoga while you're journaling. And that's really it. Just those two is perfect.
Yeah, nothing too strenuous, just like very relaxing movements. And then moving on into the follicular phase, which kind of overlaps with the menstrual phase a little bit. You will definitely be feeling a lot more energetic. So cardio or running, if you like that. Some people don't really love cardio or running, so you can do your circuit workouts or your weights, whatever makes you feel really good about doing a challenging workout at this time, because you're really going to have the energy for that. What about the ovulatory phase?
High intensity. This is where you're really going to step it up, as Alina was talking about earlier. Strength training, group workouts, classes, because you're going to be feeling a lot more social, like we're always telling you guys. Just how I feel now. You'll feel expansive, really growth oriented, and that's when you guys are radiating light to others, as we like to remind you. The ovulation phase is Super Bowl.
And you're really down to try anything in front of anybody.
Yeah, you're like extra weird, like me today. Yeah, that's a great time for you guys to network as well. So if you're a girly that's trying to do it all like us, that's a great time for you to go make some new girlfriends.
The luteal phase oftentimes is usually like a 2-week period, the entire second half of your cycle. So the first week, you might have still enough energy to keep doing the strength training and, even still feeling a little more social. But then that final week of the luteal week, when people are experiencing their PMS symptoms, some good ideas would be to just go and spend some time outdoors, be around Mother Nature, ground down during this phase, and just dance. I know you love to dance, especially when you're feeling things.
Yes.
Like you just move those emotions. Creative movement, it can be a good conduit for your emotions. Another outdoor thing, Pilates and yoga, or maybe even, go on an outdoor walk, hike, just move even if you don't feel like it. It's going to help so much.
Do you do this in your luteal phase? Do you make sure to move?
Yeah.
Really? What would you do?
Go for walks. I love
For
walks.
sure. Even on your worst day.
I've actually lost my privilege to go on walks in downtown.
Why?
Because
It's been gloomy and you're not feeling it?
no, just because like people are too active on these streets.
Oh yeah, they are active. Yeah, for sure. I get that. Then what do you do at the house? You might just do yoga or go to the gym?
Yeah, yoga, definitely the gym. And yeah, just when I can, or because like it does take a lot of time, but the other option is just to drive somewhere like Sunset Cliffs or Coronado and just like walk around there. But
I mean, in my luteal phase, sometimes, me too, like sometimes I'll just work the entire day and I won't even move from the house. Like, I'm such a homebody, but I would love to force myself to. But I'll sit at the house and dance, and like we were talking earlier about somatic therapy. So I will move the emotions that I'm feeling, which you're obviously feeling a lot of PMS or like heightened emotions during this phase. But I'll move those through my body through like somatic therapy we were talking about.
Your breath work.
My breath work is so key.
Well, that's kind of it. We just want to remind our listeners it's totally healthy and normal to ebb and flow with your exercise routines throughout the month, whatever phase you're going through. And also, if you just like maintaining the same type of exercise, I kind of do. I just switch up the intensity of it depending on how much energy levels I have and how much I'm eating, So like you asked during the luteal phase, yeah, I'm not really lifting as much as I'm doing more of the yoga or walks or like slower type of things. But aside from that, I like to switch it up. Do you?
Yes, I feel like I'm constantly living in flow. So I'm just doing whatever's in front of me at the time. I mean, right now, because I'm just so focused on work, oh my gosh, I can't wait for my soft girl lifestyle. I thought I had it, but now I'm back in the streets.
You're not in any streets.
When I call my girlfriends when I go to a networking event, sometimes, because guys, I'm tired. That's why I said this month I'm not even tracking my cycle really, because even if it's my luteal phase, I have to push through, you know? There's no excuses right now, which I like. I'm not complaining because I actually kind of like this Eva, you know? This is a version that I've had a few times and I like the grit and she's just so creative and powerful. So I'm pushing through my luteal phase, but your girl is tired and I don't want to. And I'll call my friends crying on the phone like, guys, I don't want to work, but I am just working. I'm moving whenever I can. And that's with doing the random dancing, walks, lifting weights. I've probably been lifting weights like 4 times a month. Definitely not in my luteal phase though. In my luteal phase, girl, I don't even go for a walk sometimes. I'm just like a couch potato. I'll stretch though in the morning. I always do that in the bathroom and that's it.
That's amazing.
And breath work. I'll meditate too and pray. Yeah. But the body's just staying in the couch.
Yeah, and we'll absolutely be posting some reminders and also some infographics about this.
Yes,
regarding the movement.
Our girl Joyce is here helping us write down everything, and she's making sure that we deliver on our promises.
Yeah, and you guys keep an eye out for the webinar that we're gonna have coming out. That'll be in a few weeks here.
I'm excited.
Right.
Peace out.
Peace out. This is it.
It's a wrap.
This show is intended for inspiration and entertainment and is not meant to replace your physician's medical advice.
Content by Alina and Eva, produced by Joyous Heron.
You can find more on our Instagram at Stellar Cycles Pod.
Thanks for joining us on this stellar journey. See you next time.